drinking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again.
Listening to our show will get you laid.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Beer for Breakfast Morning Show with the Lake Placid legend, Toolman Tim, and me, the Obscure Ron, and I like to keep it that way. We're coming to you live and local from the Obscure Destinations Studios in Lake Placid, Florida.
Come and get it!
No, not that Lake Placid. Stick around, have fun, laugh while you can, and remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends about us. Okay, good morning, everybody. I got the wrong things doing the wrong things here.
It's Monday.
Okay, here we go. Good morning, everybody.
Hello, hello.
I'm Ron, that's Tim, and it's Beer 30.
Ta-da.
Refreshing and filling.
Pork chop in every can.
Everything, all the cornerstones of your daily breakfast. So, good morning, Tim.
Morning.
So you had a big bonfire yesterday, did you?
Yeah, unintentionally.
Yeah.
Those are the best kind.
Those are the ones that start out wrong, but end up great. That's the way I like them.
Yeah, we started cutting up a tree down at the American Legion, and he had burned some of the branches and stuff Friday. And as we were piling this stuff up, all of a sudden we got a flame. So we sat there and burnt 3/4 of a tree. Drank all my beer.
Well, there you go. That's what beer is for.
That's right. Then went inside and they gave us beer for cutting up a tree.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I didn't do much. I don't really ever do much.
Well, that way, you don't ruin your expectations for the day.
I mean, I don't want to, if you do too much, then your wife expects more of you.
That's true.
But I do have
Under deliver, let them over expect.
Right. I don't want to. I don't want to. I have to take the garbage out today, too. I have to remember to do that.
Yeah, I got up early and did it because I always forget.
A lot of times I forget, but it's just me and her. So, I could go literally 2 weeks without taking the garbage out. It just gets stinky.
Yeah, well, being this cold, it freezes.
Yeah, it is chilly out here this morning.
It's actually a little warmer than it has been, but it doesn't feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, well, no, it's definitely warmer than it was yesterday morning.
Oh, yeah, you can damn near see your breath.
Ooh, it was cold yesterday morning. For
That
me,
is not Florida weather.
no, for me, it was way too cold. But yeah, there's not
Even the squirrels put their jacket on.
yeah, they did. That's I compiled this footage from my security cam. That's actually a bird camera, and it warns you if people come up. I had to turn the alarm off because it scared the hell out of the squirrels. But that's probably 10 hours of compiled footage that I put together. So if you guys would have something to look at, that's better looking than me and Tim.
Yeah, really keep our numbers up.
Yeah, really. They had it.
Yeah, the first day we didn't put us on, we had a huge day.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people watching.
So I said to Ron, apparently we're not as good looking as we thought.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe too every day.
I know. We didn't make the top 10 sexiest men in the country list this year either.
And I'm really kind of shocked at who did, but it's always some weird person.
Yeah, I never even heard of half of them.
Yeah. Well, then I don't watch TV.
Well, except when they do the music awards, they list off all these different people, and it's like out of 30, I might know who 2 of them were.
If they're not if they're not on that oldies list that I listen to,
They ain't on your world.
or if they're not on BattleBots, I don't know who the hell they are.
If they're not on my car shows, I don't know them.
The only thing, yeah, if it's not on if it's not on Motor Trend or on BattleBots. I don't have any idea what the hell's on TV.
I can tell you who Lucky Costa is, but
I
I
can't
can't
do-
tell you who Bananarama is.
No, I can even tell you what Lucky's favorite car is and which one is his, but
Yeah, me too.
I don't know anything about there are these new singers. I don't know. Someone said something about Luke Bryan. I'm like, who the fuck is Luke Bryan? And I think
Oh, I actually know who that one is.
isn't he the one that sings that My Hometown or Try That in a Small Town song?
Maybe, I don't know.
I heard the song.
I just know the name.
yeah. I don't know these
Well,
people.
actually, my wife listens to country a lot, and every once in a while there will be a song that will come on the radio, and I'll say, "Oh, I like that," and she goes, "Oh, that's like Luke Bryan or one of these big names." And I go, "Oh, that's who that is," and then I'll see them, and they don't look anything like what they sound like.
No,
Like that Luke Bryan's a grizzly-looking,
Is he?
big, hefty guy
is he
with
really?
a beard. He doesn't look like he sounds at all.
I got
I think
into
that's him.
I got into a Twitter fight with Florida Georgia Line because
The whole group.
pretty much
You're gonna go all the way.
because one of them said something, and I said, I don't understand you fucking hippies, doing country music. I said maybe I'm just too old, I said, because I mean you ain't Willie, so I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And he comes back and called me all kind of motherfuckers and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, well, all right, dude,
There goes your $20.
Yeah, I wasn't going to buy your fucking album in the first place. But yeah, I mean, I don't
bet an album costs more than $20 now.
I don't even know if you can buy albums anymore. I think
Vinyl's
everything's now
coming
on
back.
Spotify and all of this. Well, I know record albums and is there record stores anymore? I mean, you have to go down like to the downtown Independent.
Yeah, they're like down in Tampa and things like that. Not around here, I don't think.
You used to could go. There was a Peaches on every corner, man. In every city, a Peaches or a Camelot Music.
Remember in the mail, RCA would send you a card that if you bought one album in a year for $20, they'd give you 10 for a penny.
Yeah,
I joined under about 5 different names, man. I had all kinds of shit coming.
It wasn't RCA. Who was that, man?
It was something like that.
Yeah, it was, but
it was a great deal. You just had to buy one album.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it was cheesy. What was the name of that? Columbia House.
Columbia House, that's it.
Columbia House. So then you just sent them a penny. You just taped the penny to the thing and then promises you'll buy an album.
I know, what a fucking gamble.
My mom and dad were like, you're going to ruin your credit before you're 9 years old, boy.
Like,
This is forgery. You're writing that you're 26 on there and you're only 9. That's forgery. And I'm like, they don't know shit.
And I have nothing to lose. I have no credit.
Right.
Not at 9. Well, these kids today, man, some of them are freaking millionaires at 9 years old.
They are. A lot of them.
Look at that little kid that played on the Home Alone movie. He was probably 12 years old and he probably worth $100 million.
Worse than that, there's kids right now on YouTube making literally $1 million a month just reviewing toys, and they send them the toys free.
No way.
Absolutely.
I like toys.
I like toys too. No,
I'm 15.
I showed you the toy they offered us to send us to play
yeah.
with.
Big boy toys.
Yeah. They tried to get me and Tim to promote a sex doll. And
how could they have, characterized us for something like that?
But what's weird is how do they think YouTube's going to let that happen?
Right. Yeah. Hell, they shut you down for basically nothing.
And I'm like, what now? And then I said, how much does it pay?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well,
They're like, we'll send you a free one.
Oh, that's just, what the fuck was that?
The squirrel hitting the thing.
Jeez.
Yeah, when the squirrels and the birds get to fighting, the squirrels and the birds get to fighting. And you don't mess with blue jays or mockingbirds in Florida. These are all Lake Placid birds. They're locals. Almost all of them was born here last fall.
Yeah, you can tell by their tan.
Yeah. They're babies. These ones are babies. They never left. They're out. There's more out there right now. That'll be tomorrow's show.
The chicken lady lives on the next street over.
Uh-huh.
She's got those dumb sandhill cranes,
Mm-hmm.
and they walk right up to the edge of her porch, and she feeds them out of her hand.
I love them things, man.
I hate them. They get in the road. They make a hell of a lot of noise. They
They
love
do make
my
a lot of
black
noise.
truck because they like to see themselves and they attack it. I got scratches
I
thanks
love
to
'em.
them bastards.
I love them damn things.
They say they're as good as a flying T-bird if you get
Well,
one, but you're not supposed to kill them.
The T-bone. They have sand hill crane hunts in Texas, man. When they're migrating over, and they call them the ribeye of the sky.
Unbeknownst to the Florida wildlife and game, I have hunts too. If they're in the road and they don't get out of the way, I speed up.
I don't.
They piss me off.
I like them a lot. Me and Tony, they mate for life, so me and Tony like them.
Just goes to show you they're not very bright.
That's why I'm not getting in that mood. That's why I don't eat dove anymore. I mean, when I was younger, I'd sit out behind the house.
That's supposed to be good eating. I've never had one.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. When they tell you that when that many people hunt for them, it's good.
Something got to be right with them.
But I just stopped hunting for them, and you got to kill a dozen. It's like these little Florida squirrels. You got to kill half the village to eat anything.
Got to have 30 to make a plate.
Tony, the first time she hardly ever left Texas, and she came down here. I brought her down here, kidnapped her, man act. I brought her.
Statute of limitations is up. You can say that now.
Yeah,
It's been 20
she's
years.
also older than me. Yeah,
She kidnapped you.
yeah, pretty much. She said, "Those are the tiniest damn squirrels I ever saw." And that's like, when I got to Texas, I was like, "Those are the biggest fucking squirrels I
It's
ever."
like, what do you got? Cats in the living?
I
in
mean,
the
that's what
trees?
they look. They look like our fox squirrels. Have you seen a Florida fox squirrel yet?
Probably.
They're rare. You don't really get to see them too much. In my lifetime, I've probably only seen about 10 of them.
Up in New York,
But
they
they're
have some
big, man.
Squirrels.
They're like little fox. Well, they call them fox squirrels because they're about as big as a small fox. They're big. They're big, and my dad just said they're the best eating. My dad would eat anything. If he cut its neck and it bled, my dad would be like, "Yeah, I'll try it."
That reminds me of we're in the restaurant this weekend, and this guy sitting next to us at the bar ordered a hamburger, and she said, "How would you like that cooked?" He goes, "Rare," and I mean really rare. He says, "I want it so rare, a good veterinarian could bring this thing back to life." And I thought of your wife immediately.
Yeah.
She likes rare
No,
meat.
she doesn't. She likes raw meat.
That's pretty rare.
When they do that caveman diet, I think she got all excited. She thought that shit meant raw. Caveman diet. That sounds good. Just kill it and stick a stick in it. Throw it over the fire for a second to dry the blood up.
Run the torch by its ass, take a bite out on the way by.
Her and my dad, man. Her and my dad. It had to be the hardest life for my mother, because my mother wouldn't even eat a runny egg.
Oh, I eat them.
I love them. I mean the yellow runny. I don't like the
yellow,
white runny.
yeah. White runny, no way. I
And-
can't even touch the whole egg from that point in.
Yeah, I won't touch it either. I won't eat it either. But my dad would be sitting up there, and I mean, there's almost a heartbeat on his T-bone. I mean, my mom's got to be, her stomach's got to be curling.
He watches the last beat
Yeah.
and then he eats it.
It was crazy growing up. Growing up on a cattle ranch is really weird because, I mean, bacon is literally hamburger that they put sage and garlic in. It's some Italian spices. That was sausage.
Yeah.
I mean, but we would take the brisket, because once a cow is like a chicken. You can only breed her so many times.
Right.
But if you don't pump them up with steroids and hormones, which we never did, once she's old, you could just either put her to pasture, let her die,
Chop them up and eat them.
or chop them up and eat them. And we turned them whole some bitches into hamburger meat. We'd sit up there and just grind everything.
That's what we did too.
Turn it all into hamburger meat. And man, I'm telling you, that's the best damn hamburger you'll ever get, because it's got T-bone, porterhouse. It's got everything in it. I mean, it's all put in there, and it's just you talking about that meat you get at the store now.
That ain't meat.
You make a pound hamburger, and it ends up being a quarter pound.
Right. Use the whole pound, it shrinks. To
You
the
make
bun.
a quarter pound one of them hamburgers, and it's a quarter pound hamburger when you're done cooking that son of a bitch. Because he wouldn't put the fat in there, just a little, very tiny bit.
Yeah, you know what always pisses me off? There's 10 hot dogs, or 10 or 12 hot dogs in a package, and there's only 8 hot dog rolls in a bag.
I thought that they stopped doing that. Something in my
they make
mind.
bigger ones, a bigger package.
No, but
now.
something in my mind told me a long time ago that they stopped doing that. But I don't think that they did. I think that it's now.
Yeah.
I think it's still 8 and 10 or something.
If you buy the cheap, regular, like store brand, there's 8 of them in there, and you
That's
get
what I
10
buy.
hot dogs. It's like, What, 2 of them samplers for the Grill Master?
I guess.
Well, I always eat one when I
Whatever
cook.
happened to the baker's dozen?
Yeah, really.
I mean, you should get if you know that. Yeah, people are stupid.
There's no more bakeries around here either.
There isn't any down here.
Not that I've seen.
Damn.
Shit, up in New York, you go to every other corner had a bakery.
I'm damn sure not going to Panera Bread. I can't. That's my wallet can't afford that shit.
Oh yeah, that's $5.
Well, I went.
It's all frozen bullshit anyway.
Somebody had said that place that I love so much that I call it a smoke. I don't know what it was. The smokehouse downtown that burnt down. What was that? Where you guys stole the pig, or somebody stole the pig?
Oh yeah. Barbecue place.
Yeah, somebody said they should bring that back, and I'm like, they got to get their prices right.
Oh, they were wicked high.
$40 for lunch for 2 people. I mean, come on, dude.
Oh, that's McDonald's.
Can you imagine what it would be now, though?
Oh yeah.
Because
When they first opened, I knew the guy who opened it,
yeah,
and I went in there, and I had a pocket full of money, and I walked to the counter, and I says, "I'm having a party this afternoon. I want one of everything." I think I spent like $250 and walked out with 2 bags of shit.
yeah, it's all right.
It was good eating though.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I think Jewish Lightning took that place out.
You think so?
Yeah, he owned a competing store in the same plaza.
Really?
Yeah, he owned Beef O'Brady's, and I mean you could walk across the parking lot from one to the other. That's how close they were. Why would you open something to compete with yourself? I could never figure that out.
Yeah. The people of Brady sucks, man. I don't know. I know you love them. I haven't tried the one here, but it's just prepackaged food.
Yeah,
It's food that you can go to Walmart and buy and put it and cook it in your own house.
some of the things they
Have your
are
wife
pretty
dress up cute and have her bring it to you. You don't have to tip her. You just have to make sure her tire's not flat.
good. Speaking of that,
I haven't looked today.
I look every day. I look underneath your truck as I'm backing out.
I'm like, if it's not flat, I don't have to change tires or buy a new one yet. Because
It's like me and my battery. Just put the charger on it every night for a month.
much like your battery, yeah. I'm waiting for that vape roll to come in.
I think today's going to be the day.
Well, you got a friend to help you.
Got a sponsor.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know, man.
Speaking
You work
of
hard.
sponsors, we need sponsors.
We do need sponsors. If you, oh yeah, we also want to start doing a call-in show if anybody's listening. But we're gonna do Dial a Deal on Fridays. So if you got something to sell locally, call us in, tell us, and then we'll have our producer take notes and write down all your information, and we'll shout it out, or you can shout it out. We'll do that for free. But we do take fresh eggs,
Steaks, beer, mostly beer.
we're pretty much easy going when it comes to shit like that.
We're like cheap whores.
Yeah, we are. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't expect much.
Well, that's
Speaking
good.
of,
You're never disappointed in the delivery.
that's right. There's the 55th annual Everglades Seafood Festival. Is
All the snake you can eat.
yeah, I don't know. It says she's got me this, but it doesn't tell me where it's at.
Yeah, the Everglades are just a small area.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's it's in Everglades City on February 7th and 9th, so you got plenty of time to plan for it. What they have, here's what we've seen for dates and times. Wow, nobody I've ever heard of. Charlie Pace, Aiden Holt, Sam Lowe, the Jake Hare Band, Way like WHEY Jennings. Yeah, I never heard. Oh, Confederate Railroad. I like them a lot.
I've heard of them.
I like Confederate Railroad a lot. They are awesome. I'd go there for that. Oh, and a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. The
That
joint.
wouldn't be bad.
That's probably usually the tribute bands usually are pretty good, or they don't get booked.
Right.
But yeah, it says y'all come see us at the 55th annual Everglades Seafood Festival Jake Hairband, author Betty Dina. I don't know what any of that means, but my wife put it on there, so that means that is important.
Yep, when the producer says read it, by God, you read it.
I do what I'm told. That's how you can stay married. What's today? The 25th. On Wednesday, November 27th at 8 p.m. to 11:45 p.m., a pre-Thanksgiving party with Out of Hand Band at Turn 2 Brewery in Sebring. That's at 4496 Tanglewood Road in Sebring. A 4-piece band of seasoned musicians. The Out of Hand Band truly loves making music and bringing something very unique to the table. Primarily country, but they play multiple genres, live music at 8 till midnight, drink specials, wings, and burger specials. Well, I'm going to tell you, wings used to be so cheap that the butcher would give them to you. He'd give you the boxes of them because nobody wanted them.
Yep.
Now to go buy wings, they're $2 a piece in some places.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, look, dude, somebody needs to figure out how to contact all these turkey people and make. One time, just as a joke, I made a turkey hot wing and called it a Texas hot wing. That son of a bitch was good, dude. I fried it up just like a regular hot wing.
Yeah.
Because I learned one of my after school jobs was at a place called Wings and Curls.
You only need one or two of them.
Oh no, they were big. Oh yeah, and especially like these days, you know how many turkeys are fixing to waste and throw away.
Mm-hmm.
Mine turned
A
out
lot
good.
of people toss the wings and all that stuff.
Well,
Like
the
my
wings are-
grandmother, she would fight you for the neck.
Mm-hmm.
I always like, go ahead. There ain't nothing there but a bunch of bones.
Oh, there's a lot of meat on that neck. Tony will argue that with you.
That's what people tell me.
Tony loves the necks.
Well, it's like eating those crab legs. That's too much goddamn work. I'd rather have a hot
Yeah.
dog.
No, yeah,
My wife can snap them, pull that shit right
I
out
like
like it's nothing. I suffer with them, fight with them,
You know-
swear at them.
if I would have been thinking ahead, one of Tony's favorite breakfasts is stewed tomatoes, okra, and shrimp all cooked together. Oh yes, dude. Oh yes, my man.
It's odd. Never heard of such a thing.
Really?
And I don't like okra.
You don't even. I like okra fried. I like it boiled. I like it boiled with tomatoes best, because the acid in the tomatoes eats the slimy off of the okra,
Oh, well, there you go.
and it's so good. But fried okra is like the delightful little happiness happening in your mouth. But she really likes she really likes it because it's good for warm, and you have grits on the side.
Strike two.
Man, these Yankees got problems, man. I'm telling you.
My wife likes grits. I can't stand them.
I had a friend that put sugar in his grits one time, and damn near busted his nose. I'm like, man, get some oatmeal if that's what you want. I didn't even know what that shit was, so I was in the military. So
We trained you right. Get off them grits, boy. There ain't no nutrition in that garbage.
Well, now that's true. There ain't a whole lot of nutrition in corn. And then the way they make grits is they soak it in hominy. I mean, they soak corn in. They soak corn and lye to make. That's how you make hominy. So then that eats the outside off of it, I guess. And then you lift it out once it swells up. Then you put it in the grist mill and you grind it down. And you can either have, that's about cornmeal is basically grits, but they didn't make hominy with it. So you can boil in a pinch. You could.
So there was no band making hominy. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Hominy is bleached corn, and you can buy it in the can to eat. It's really it kind of swells up because the lye makes it swell up. Well, if you dry it out after that,
If you lie to me, I swell up too.
you know what lye will burn your ass. You know what lye is, right?
Oh yeah, you can clean your drain pipes with lye.
You can.
Dump straight lye down the kitchen sink, man. That'll clean that bitch right out. And if you have them old black, cruddy, like homemade, man-made pipe,
Mhm.
it'll eat a fucking hole right through them.
I
Trust
know,
me, I did it to my dad's house, and
I
he
know,
was so pissed.
A lot of unsavory people get rid of bodies that way.
Not that we would know anything.
I wouldn't know nothing about that. I mean, I've read stories.
Read it on the internet.
No, because down here we just throw them out there to the gators, put them in crab traps.
That's right. You take them down to the. You take them down to the the festival.
You tried
there.
to dig a hole in Florida. Everything's got a root. You can't dig a hole in Florida.
Well, sand is easy digging, but you run into tree roots and
I
every other
watch
root.
these people on TV. They go watching Breaking Bad, and they go and they dig these holes in like 20 minutes. And I'm like, man, you try that in Florida, you got to have a chainsaw, a backhoe. I mean, just to
Try that in New York, you got to have a freaking stick of dynamite.
there's granite and everything
all-
up there, isn't it?
It's a shale, a lot of
Mm.
shale up in the hills where I live. I tried to put a flagpole in, or not a flagpole, but well, I did that too. A basketball pole in the edge of my driveway for my kid.
Yeah.
It took me like 3 hours, and I got down about 1.5 feet, and I was pounding and chipping away at it with this big, huge pry bar. And I only got it down 1.5 feet, but the hole was so tight that the pole barely fit in it. I just jammed that bitch down, slammed on it with a sledgehammer, and dumped a quarter bag of concrete around it. I hit it with my truck, and it didn't
Probably
move.
still there.
Yeah, I banged into it with my truck one time, plowing. Didn't even move it.
There was this big old snowman that somebody built in his yard. He had a big old tree stump in it. So he built the snowman around the tree stump, and everybody in the neighborhood came and took pictures. I guess one night, some drunk got tired of all these people going up down the road. So he decided he's just going to go and plow into that snowman and bust it over. About killed him.
We found the center real quick.
So what they did was they took pictures of it, called the newspaper came and took pictures of it. Now more people over there getting their pictures taken.
Yeah. How many licks to the center of a snowman?
Ooh,
One.
one at about 35 miles an hour. Because 35 don't sound fast, but 35 is fast.
It's not fast until you stop quick.
Right. That's what I used to tell people. I would say, if you don't think driving a car and hitting the wall and take your hands out and run as fast as you can up against your wall with your hands stuck out.
Yeah.
It's not the speed that kills you, it's the abrupt stop.
Yep. Yeah, falling off the roof ain't no big deal. It's the stop at the bottom that'll
That
get
landing.
you. I've stuck a landing off a roof before.
I have to.
I fell off an overpass bridge twice working construction. Same overpass bridge, same day.
My problem was caulking the RV top. Because I don't care if you buy $1 million RV, within the first year and a half, you're going to have to go there and seal that son of a bitch.
I don't like heights. I wouldn't have got up there.
Oh, I got up there and then I'd slip and fall off. I'm fine.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Don't mind me, I'm fine.
Not much blood. Don't worry.
My thing was always, it won't hurt till tomorrow.
Right?
I'm good for the rest of the day. It's tomorrow or the next day is when that shit really starts to seep in.
Yeah, this shit's gonna hurt when I wake up.
And that was me when I fell out here that day. I'm like, just leave me alone. This is the only sleep I'm gonna get for a week. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, you were kind of gimping for a day or so.
Oh, I
after
was
that.
rough. I was hurting. I knew it was gonna hurt.
I heard you crash, and I yelled over. You need help?
I'm fine.
I'm just laying here sleeping. Don't mind me.
Yeah, leave me alone. Then Tony's like,
Yeah,
Get
half hour
up,
later,
get
she
up.
calls me. You gotta help Ron.
I'm like, and I'm too proud to ask for help like that. So I'm like, fuck. It hurt though. I mean,
Oh yeah, this floor is solid concrete with this little
yeah.
thin ass carpet you got here.
And
to make it pretty.
I fell on my part. One side was a generator, and the other side was a water bottle, the big old Culligan water bottle. So I was doomed from the start.
I slid a ladder down a deck one time when I was putting satellite dishes up. The deck was that truck stack, that plastic decking.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this extension ladder up, and I, of course, was too stupid to get down and move the ladder over where you need it. So I reach real far off the side, put the weight on the edge of the ladder. That son of a bitch slid down. I skidded right down this huge pane glass window, and all I could think of the whole way down is I'm going through this window. Well, I didn't, but there were streak marks from the ladder, how they have the little plastic tits on the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
You could see where it skidded all the way down the glass.
Man.
And then I hit the deck, and the house was elevated, kind of like this table to the floor here, about that much,
Yeah.
because it was built into a hill.
Yeah.
I slid underneath the house, on top of the ladder. My arms are jammed through the rungs of the ladder, and there was a spool of coax, and that's hard-ass plastic.
Oh yeah, it is.
I busted that, cut my left thumb 3/4 of the way off. So that's gushing blood everywhere. My right hand, I broke my wrist so bad it looked like Mr. Potato Head. It was like the top of my hand was at the bottom, my thumb was over where my wrist should be, and I kept pushing myself trying to get out from under the house, and I couldn't realize why I couldn't push because my hand is folding. Well, I finally got out, and lo and behold, the guy was a doctor.
Oh, lucky you.
That lived there, and he comes out to see what the hell's going on, and I'm just gushing blood, and I'm trying to keep it on my shirt so not to get it all over his patio.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he goes, "Don't move." He runs in, he grabs a handful of his wife's bath towels, wraps my arm up, tells me to elevate it and keep it tight to my chest. Then he takes my other hand and he says, "Don't move your hand." And I says, "I don't think I can."
That's not
He
a
drove
problem.
me to the hospital. He wanted to stay there with me.
That was cool.
And I'm like, "No, dude, just leave me. I'll be here a while. Trust me."
Yeah, that was going to be a while. That would be painful.
What's a doohickey?
Mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we can like have our own show beep outs?
Yeah, pretty much.
When you know I'm going to say something stupid, please beep me out.
I don't know. We've said some pretty bad shit on here, and YouTube ain't kicked us off yet.
Yeah, but our wives almost have. We've had so many retractions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can only say I'm sorry so many times before they don't believe you.
Yeah. How many mistakes can you make?
Yeah, well, the list is
Yep.
still
I mean,
growing.
I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to enunciate my words better because I'm a redneck. And I might be an educated redneck, but I still talk like a redneck.
I'm just a moron.
And well, you're a smart motherfucker too. So I mean, you can't sell that. You can sell that to somebody else, but
It's for $20, right?
yeah, $20 20. Your friend said $20 is $20. I said I want to try to get him to wear that shirt tomorrow, but I didn't see how near Harry yesterday.
No, I was burning shit.
Yeah, and thanks for inviting me. You know, I like fire. All you had to do was call me. You could have just said.
Fire.
I'd have just sat up there like this, mesmerized. Hell, I'd have bought the beer going, yeah, this is all right, boy.
Yeah, put some more on.
Yeah, let's go cut another tree down.
Oh, then you'd love Lenny. The fire is only about 3 foot high at this point, which is still a pretty
It's
nice,
a nice
fire.
fire.
But the pile of shit was about 2.5 feet high, so it wasn't really a blazing, beautiful fire like you'd expect. So he goes, "Oh, hell, I could fix that." He walks to the back of his pickup, grabs a 5-gallon can of gas, walks right up to the middle and just dumps it right in.
Those people scare me.
And I'm like, "Lenny, are you trying to blow yourself up intentionally to get out of work?"
Oh, man. I've seen some bad shit happen when people play with gas and fire, and not me.
My wife burned herself up real bad out here when she first moved into this place.
Mm-hmm.
They had these pine shrubbery out in the front, and she didn't like it. So she yanks it all out, lets it dry, puts it in the middle of the driveway, dumps gas on it, goes to light it. Of course, her lighter won't light. And all of a sudden, poof, it lit.
Oh.
Lit the fire.
Yeah, that gas, that's the problem. It's the gas it's the fumes that's what's explosive and what's,
Oh, I got a great
because
story.
you can drop a match in a gas tank.
It'll go out.
Yeah, it'll go out.
Liquid is not flammable. It's the vapor. My buddy and I, he owned the grocery store and I was the manager. And we decided we're going to have a bonfire in his backyard, drink a bunch of beer and be stupid. So we took about 15 pallets and stacked them straight up. I climb up the top with a 5-gallon can of gas, dump the whole 5 gallons over the top of these pallets, which burn pretty goddamn hot and good.
Of course.
Then I climb all the way down, which is, the whole pile's wobbly. It takes you a while to get down. And then I poured a trail of gas, maybe 3 feet out, thinking that was plenty. Well, the vapor had floated amongst the top of the lawn. When I lit that trail, I was standing in what looked like a freaking nuclear explosion zone. It burned the hair off my arms. It burned my eyebrows. Oh, I had singed hair.
I learned early on to use diesel.
Yeah, it takes all the fun out of it.
Oh, it does. It also takes the hospital visits.
That $3,000
The fire department.
bill.
The fire department.
Yeah, but they got to make a living.
I don't ever want them in my house. And there's 3 things I don't ever want in my house: an ambulance, a fire truck, or a cop.
There you go.
And
they usually come in a group.
But have you noticed that one thing can happen, and
Yeah, you have a fender bender. You got 3 fire trucks, an ambulance, 4 cop cars, and the Boy Scouts.
that
tells
tells you we live in a slow town right there, because
Slow news day.
I don't understand. I mean,
garbage can fire, send every truck.
Yeah, send everything. Then they send it. It's like a 3-alarm fire. They send it from all the auxiliary fire departments here in town. Just everybody gets to run their truck.
Yeah, they got to practice.
And I guess that might be it. You got to let the young guys learn how to drive the trucks.
And it's also good for the truck, circulate the oils and whatever. That's why they drive them to lunch and shit. And it's good for public to see the trucks out and, support your first responders feeling and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a sucker for that. Like if I see a fireman sitting there eating lunch somewhere, if I got an extra $10-15, I'll just tell the waitress, just get his lunch, don't tell him where it came from. I do that for him a lot. I've done it with cops and stuff. But they take care of you when you need it, hopefully. So helping them out a little bit.
They took care of us during the Wuhan flu, didn't they? They were locking people up for not taking masks. That's what they did in Germany during the Holocaust. They're just doing their jobs, marching people to the ovens. Yeah, all those cops. So I'm just doing my job, but I'm told. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, who's telling you?
Yeah,
Hitler.
You got people getting arrested in California for being on the beach.
You get a $100 fine for smoking a cigarette on a California beach. Last time I was there, signs $100. Well, it's because they assholes put their cigarette butts on the beach like it's a giant ashtray.
Yeah,
I always put mine in my beer can.
I always hated that.
I always have a spare beer can with me.
Yeah, but I always hated that going to the beach and
like if you chew, you have a beer can, you spit in your can. You don't spit on the sidewalk.
I only spit the first couple times, and then
you swallow it.
Yeah.
My buddy used to all the time. I tried it one time, and I was, it's always when you're really drunk. He says, "You want to try some of this?" You're like, "Sure, what the heck?" And I take a big old jaw of it, spit the first 3 times, and man, that stuff's fun to spit because you can get about a quarter mile out of that compared to a regular honker.
Yeah.
And then about 3 beers later, you start swallowing it. Next thing you know, you're yakking.
Yeah, when we were kids, I don't know. I remember when we'd be out in the fields, we'd always get thirsty. And I remember one time, I don't remember if it was my uncle or my dad, but he's here, chew on this. It'll stop you from being thirsty. He was right. Now I'm telling you, I'll do it after that day. But I guess that was it. I mean, because every time we went to the field, you just take some chew on it, and
keeps your saliva going.
Then I stepped up to Copenhagen. I tried Skoal once, but that wintergreen made me sick. I didn't like the winter. However, I will eat wintergreen leftovers until I get a headache.
Really?
Yeah.
They're good breath mints.
Yeah. Those Altoids.
Oh yeah.
Toni gets cinnamon, and I have this thing. I like to put 2 or 3 of them in my mouth. You can tell every time I do, I'm like this. That shit burns. Tony's like, just give me 1. I'm like, okay.
They got some zing to them.
Oh boy, they do. Yeah, they do.
They'll get your attention.
Let me go get some more tea.
Oh, I think you must.
I'm out. So I mean, you keep talking. You've got it. You can tell them about your fire story again, or your battery, or your plans for the day.
My plans for the day
Painting a house or whatever.
To pressure wash Lenny's house, to get it ready for paint tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. He's got a good sized house. But I like painting houses. It's simple work for a simple man. I don't like painting the inside houses. Too much shit to move, pictures on the walls. But the outside, you can paint a big house in a day. Freaking awesome. You just roll. I love to cut in. I could cut a pinstripe with a 4-inch brush. I don't like to paint, but I'm really good at it, according to my wife. She goes, I don't understand why you don't like painting. You're good at that. I'm like, because it's a mindless job. You don't have to think. That's why I like cutting, because it makes you think a little bit. But like just to paint a wall, shit, you can teach a monkey to paint a wall. Not that I don't respect people that paint for a living. A friend of mine's a painter. He makes a good living doing it. But it's like, man, it's like your skill level you learn in about an hour. Either you fucked it up or you didn't. That's all there is to it. A lot of people over roll their paint too, so they thin it right out and then looks like shit. So you gotta, I guess that's a little bit of a knowledge thing. You gotta learn how much to do and how much not to do. So now that I've offended professional painters all over the state, let's see, who can we pick on next? The grocery boy. Always put the eggs on the bottom of the bag. Rule 1. Then throw the piece of ham on top of it.
Oh,
I'm thinking about how many people I can offend this morning. I offended the painters of Florida.
yeah.
Now I says, let's see. Oh, let's pick on the grocery boy. Now remember, you always put the eggs at the bottom of the bag and then throw that ham on top.
If you're gonna do it,
Because you're going to crack the egg anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I saw a stupid ass video.
Who the hell eats the shell, right?
Don't even get into that. Waffle House.
There ain't nothing good at a Waffle House.
Yeah,
they're filthy.
I don't know.
They're plentiful, but they're filthy.
I don't know.
They're just
Great,
such a,
great drunk food.
yeah, well, 2 a.m, anything's good.
I saw this dumbass woman. All right. First of all,
Hell, grits would be good at 2 a.m.
grits are good anytime. I'm just gonna go out here and say automatically, you don't have to portion eggs. They come portioned.
That's right.
They come in a shell portioned.
Yep.
All right. This woman
Small, medium, and large.
takes an ice tray and she cracks an egg in each hole in the ice tray. All right, egg's not going to fit in an ice tray unless you get quail eggs. So now this ice tray is sliming all over. I can't get past her fingernails. First of all, ladies, if you have 2-inch fingernails, who's wiping your butt? Anyway, so she's got she's got these big long fingernails and she's pushing this egg back into this ice tray. Then she puts it in her freezer. She got tampons in her freezer, a box of tampons, all this shit. So it had to be, I don't know.
She's a wackadoodle.
So she pulls them out and freezes them and puts them in a hot stainless steel pan with no oil, no fat at the bottom. She just puts them in there. And
The tampons?
No, not the tampons, the eggs. And the whole time I'm screaming,
What are you doing?
I'm like, they were already proportioned out. I mean, an egg is an egg is an egg.
What
So
does she want? Like a teaspoon of egg for each person?
I don't
or what the
understand
fuck?
what the deal was.
Bite size?
It was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Oh, she's probably on some goddamn cooking show now for that.
Oh yeah, probably. Her and Gordon Ramsay. Anyway, you were asking me the other time. You said that you had met Gordon Ramsay or something.
Or some at an airport or something.
Yeah. Well, what happened? I didn't ever finish telling the story. Toni still makes probably the best pecan pies in Florida. Pecan pies. Pecan.
Not to be confused with pecans.
Pecan pies. Anyway, I had made a joke and I told Gordon Ramsay on Twitter, "Hey Gordon, if you want to know how to make pecan pies," he came back and he goes, "Come on, dude. I know how to make pecan pies, man." It was just, the whole thread went on and on and on for like hours.
But not as good as my wife.
That was what I said. I said, "Yeah, but you people over there from
You're not real rednecks.
they don't even have pecans or pecans over there."
Yeah, in New York City where you're from, you yuppie bastard.
No, he's from he's not from England. I think he's from Scotland. I think he's Scottish. He's one of them, but he was a badass rugby player.
What is Scottish people food famous for? Anything?
Haggis.
Well, there you go again.
You know what haggis is, don't you?
That's like intestine or something.
Yeah, there's food wrapped in the belly of a sheep or something.
Yum.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're killing me today.
I don't eat that, man.
I'm not going to eat the rest of the day.
But
I'm going to eat cookies that come out of an ice cube tray. Proportioned evenly.
That's like that woman drove me nuts. I'm watching this thing going.
I still can't imagine what she did it for.
I don't need views, I guess. YouTube views. Same reason that I have people.
I'll tell you, I'm not very familiar with any of this stuff that you do with this computer stuff.
Mhm.
And you have 300,000+ viewers, and I didn't know there was 300,000 people that looked at these silly videos. I don't think I've seen
Hey man,
5 videos in my whole life other than the ones you've showed me.
every time I look at my YouTube channel and it says 365, and then like tomorrow it'll say 368, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And no one watches our show.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like, come on, people.
There should be. I mean, I've got people that. But if I put up something funny on my YouTube Shorts,
We're totally stupid.
yeah, I can put that up there on YouTube Shorts, and within 20 minutes, there's 20,000 views.
You showed me a tractor plowing a field that had 125,000 views. I'm like, it's a fucking tractor.
I know.
It didn't have chrome wheels. It
That's
didn't have
enough.
like big flames coming out the stacks. Nothing
I'm
cool.
telling you, wait until that's why I keep your side of our desk clean, and my side over here is the industrial side.
That's the working side.
can-
This is the
We
stupid
can take
side.
that camera and sit up here with a 2x4 with two. You get, I know you've got them, 2 C clamps on each side of it, one on each side, and just drill holes for an hour. We could make 20 videos out of us drilling holes for an hour.
Jeez.
I mean, just like we can
Next
make.
time I build a shed, you can come over and video.
No, that's too intricate. They can't deal with that. They
Oh.
can't. That's why when we go hang our new bird feeder,
We're gonna video it.
we're gonna video it. Yeah, and this one's different. This one
This
isn't.
is a screw. This is a hook. Put
Yeah.
the screw in the tree. Put the hook on it.
Yeah, I haven't seen how this one.
7,000 views.
I haven't seen. Well, that's how it'll go.
That's insane.
And I'll just speed it up and make it all within a minute, and then everybody will
Put
be
some
like,
silly
"Oh,
music behind it.
oh yeah,
Put the Benny Hill song.
oh
behind
no,
it.
man, believe it
Oh,
or
you
not,
can't steal
no,
that?
they will freak out." Almost any song in the world you can play if you're using it on YouTube Shorts,
Mhm.
but the Benny Hill theme, they come after you for that one.
Really?
The Benny Hill people will not let you use it.
Some English bastards. Oh, now we offended the English.
They deserve to be offended.
They're offensive.
You know, Canada is not doing too good. The Canadians in Canada are getting pissed.
You know what Canadian visitor stands for? No tip. My wife was a waitress, and she said the Canadians were the worst tippers. She goes, I could tell if they never spoke a word that's where they were from. She
No.
goes, because they don't tip worth a shit. And I'm like, well, that's pretty much stereotype in a whole freaking country.
It's probably pretty much true. That'd be stereotypes for a reason.
Well, yeah. We say all Chinese people have squinty eyes.
Well,
Most of them do.
yeah. Well, there's a comic that's Asian. I don't know what proximity of East Asia he's from,
Particular country.
but he's got a Texas accent. He's the funniest guy in the world. He's the funniest guy in the world, man. He's so funny.
You know what cracks me up is a black guy with an English accent.
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't jive in my brain.
It trips me out. And I've got a friend that's a black guy, and he talks more country than I do, man. He talks so country, and he's like, and I used to say,
black cowboys.
look, the original. They say the original cowboys were Spanish. Were from Spain,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is now
Well,
Mexico.
that's where the horses came from
Right.
to get to the
Yeah,
United
because
States.
we didn't have horses or cows or pigs or none of that shit.
Just us pigs brought them all over.
Yeah, but yeah. No, I can't get into that. I'll get kicked off of YouTube for that. Anyway, there's the bird. He's doing pretty good. I like the bird.
Yeah, we can say
Yeah.
fuck 100 times in a row, but you say just one
Yeah.
wrong word
Yeah.
and you're off the air.
You make 1 billion bridges. You can build 1 billion bridges. But all you gotta do is just
Say one wrong thing and they're
all
gone.
you gotta do is just get caught kissing the guy and you're queer for the rest of your life.
Yeah, there ain't no going back on it.
So much for all those bridges you built. That's a funny shit. I know I'm
Well,
going to
there-
hell for that.
there
But I don't
again,
care.
the $20 is the $20.
$20 is $20. You know what is it? They call it gay for pay.
Keep for pay.
Gay for pay.
Not that there's anything wrong
No,
with
hey man,
it.
you got to get in where you fit in.
That's right.
You got to eat, man. Whatever you got to do to eat.
Yeah, That's the only way you can get a McDonald's hamburger, you know.
See me, I'd rob the McDonald's.
But I'd get thrown in jail because you get 3 hots and a cot and TV
Man, and insurance.
and work out.
Yeah, I don't know. Can
Yeah,
you
full
still
health
work out?
care.
In jails, I don't know if they have weight rooms anymore. I know.
Well, I know they have running areas.
Yeah,
They're
and-
called stay away from the big guy trying to do
Yeah.
you. You're running
Yeah.
around the yard, staying
People-
away from them.
You know, I never. People always, when someone does something really bad, they go, "Man, when he goes to prison, I hope they rape him." And I'm like, dude, that's some fucked up shit to say, man. Because
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said that word because that's a bad word on YouTube.
That's not even nice.
But no, I don't care how bad somebody did. You don't want them to get abused like that.
No.
Yeah, you want them to get beat up.
Yeah, beat the shit out of them. That's
Throw them off the top rail.
Yeah.
You know. But
Take a stick of butter or
a shift.
take a bar of soap and a pillowcase and beat the shit out of them. That's fine.
Well, what's weird is in prison you can buy soda cans. You can buy whole cans of soda in prison.
Oh, that'll hurt.
I'm telling you, I walked into many a cell with many a bloody suitcase, pillowcase, with busted sodas all over. Busted sodas all over. But I don't know what happened. He fell. Oh,
What's a hell of a party?
I don't know what happened to him. Okay.
You ever have a party where you wake up and find people sleeping everywhere?
Yep.
Fucking bodies in the front lawn.
That time, yeah, that
I've
time
had a
that
few of them.
we had a hurricane party. That time that the tree fell on my house up in Ocala. That tree fell on the house, and everybody. As far as I know, I'm the only one. I woke up and I went and looked, and I said, "Oh, just a branch fell down back there and hit the glass, the sliding glass door. It didn't break it; it just made a noise. So don't worry about it." So
But the tree branch sticking into the attic didn't count.
I didn't even see it because it was oak wood because the preacher, my father-in-law, built it and
Oh,
he
tongue and groove ceiling.
tongue and groove, and it was all oak.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And I guess either it stopped that thing from coming through, or it would have hit me, or the waterbed or something would have been good. It would have got down at me
Yeah, I could see it. He drowned in a waterbed.
with a tree spike through his chest.
Hell of a
He is the
picture.
devil. He is the devil.
Yeah, and he got up and pulled the tree off.
My friends would have said, "Yeah, that son of a bitch. I knew he had that coming." You know, and I was never the mean guy that everyone thought that I was. You know, I just carried myself a certain way. I'll sit here and talk to you all day long. But if I don't know you, I'll make eye contact with, and then I make eye contact and I give you the stare like, what?
What do you want? You
And
talking to me?
So now I've learned to smile at people. So now I look like I got that shit-eating grin on my face with that stared look. So now people don't even talk to me in public at all. Now they're like, "Hey, you know," unless Tony's with me, they're like, "Oh, she looks so nice."
What's
Maybe
he
he's
doing
not.
with you?
Maybe he's not a serial killer.
Only on the weekends.
Mm-mm-mm.
When she swoops in late, you can get away with
Really?
murder.
But I try not to. People used to say, "You're a very nice guy, but you're very unapproachable." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean I'm unapproachable?"
What do you mean?
I'm tired of hearing that shit.
Get the fuck out of my face.
You want to talk about this outside? Unapproachable. Let's talk about them unapproachables.
Show an approach. Son of a bitch, where's my bat?
Yeah, I tell you what. I don't know. I just never really thought of myself that way. Because I always thought of myself
Because
as
you are who you are. You don't think about yourself, you know.
I always
You
thought of
look at other people and compare yourself to them to some extent and say, well, he's an awfully friendly guy, or he's overly friendly, or he's very self-absorbed, whatever you think. But then look in the mirror.
yeah, and then I look at me and go, "You are a mean guy." I'm not mean though. I mean, I'm
what
not.
the fuck is wrong with me?
And see, that's the thing. I'll help you. And see, I'll help you and never bring that shit back up again. I don't, you know, if I help you, then I help you, and that's it. That's it. There ain't no favors, no bullshit.
Yeah. No IOU.
Right, that's it. I just help you. But I know people that are the nicest people in the world. You ask them anything, you think that you just ask them for a kidney. No, man, I just want to know if you got a 5/8 wrench. Oh my God! And then you remember that time 6 years ago when you brought that 5/8 wrench?
Now I need you to help me move.
It had fingerprints on it when you brought it back. So,
Now I need you to help me move my whole house. I'm going to another state.
oh yeah, that works. Yeah,
That's the last thing.
People look at my body and go, okay, well, right now, Ron is not going to be able to help us move. Let's mark Ron off the Christmas card list. He can't help us move. Or
My wife's girlfriend, the chicken lady, she has a beautiful slate pool table. I helped her move it once.
she got a beautiful yard.
And I told her, don't ever ask me to help you move this thing again. It took me and her husband, back when we were both good shape.
God, that had to be 60 years ago.
At least. All we could do to move that son of a bitch. It was so freaking heavy.
I bet, man. I mean, I know. Yeah. If it's an official size pool table, even
is.
bumper pool tables are heavy as some bitch, man.
Oh,
that
yeah.
slate ain't no joke.
No. And it's a beautiful table. She even recovered it herself. I was impressed.
Wow.
It's not super tight, but it's functional.
But it's easy, yeah.
And it plays well.
Yeah. It's once you do it, it's really kind of simple to do.
Yeah,
If you've done it, but I can say that because I learned how to do it because we had the pool hall, so I learned how to do it. But really, once you figure that, and you got to remember to always wax the seams on the slate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it'll make the ball skip if you don't.
Ah.
But we would wax them with beeswax down, and then lay the felt. But we would lay them because beeswax is sticky, so we would pop beeswax in other spots, and it would make the felt stick. And then we would get it around the bumpers, and then we would always wedge.
There's adhesive.
Yeah, a little bit natural adhesive because if you put glue down there, then it's going to be bumpy. It's got to be a flat table,
and it's got to stay somewhat soft.
Right.
Huh.
We used to. We would. You can't if you don't buy new bumpers, there's ways to fluff them up, and it's like I was talking about with the snooker players.
Yeah,
they'd slide quarters underneath there. Well, that's what we would do too. We would just slide literally quarters to lift up those bumpers and tighten them up, and run the felt under them and over them, kind of like a sandwich type deal.
There goes the price of covering the table up by $10 or $10.
Yeah, because it's a quarter. Yeah, but it's not cheap to have done if you have it done right.
It's like $400 to cover a pool table. We used to do them at the Moose every time they'd have a pool tournament. They'd have 3 tables, and they would bring 2 more in, and they'd recover all of ours. And I'll tell you, the guy did a beautiful job. He did all 3 of them in no time at all. I was shocked how quick he did it.
It's really
put new bumpers, everything.
It's really kind of fun to do if you know what you're doing and you've got all the shit to do it. It's really kind of fun to do. Because people are always buying you beer. Hey, this is great, you know.
Yeah. Hey, let me.
And then they were like, and so you always try to be all mysterious. No, you can't watch this part. That's what you do when you're putting the wax on it. You can't watch this part.
This is a secret. You can't know this. Close your eyes.
But you know, it's just like if you're doing a specialty job at someone's house as a remodeler, you don't want everyone to know your secrets because then they don't have to hire you anymore.
Right.
You know?
And if it was easy, everybody would be doing
it. And if you knew the tricks, then I had to earn those tricks. You know, nobody just walked over to me and said, here's how you do it.
Yeah, there are a lot of little tricks of the trade. You don't realize that you know them until you use them, and somebody goes, oh, that's a crazy way to do that, but it works great.
Somebody on Facebook the other day asked about having a floor done, and I posted your card. I said, he did my tile floor, and you could run a level down it from every corner and every side. It's perfectly level there.
Yeah, they say a good tile job, you can take a 5-gallon bucket and kick it across the room and it won't get caught on a ledge.
Yeah, it's all straight. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, you got to have straight.
Yeah, because a lot of times you go in there and then the pattern's all messed up.
You know, I remember doing this floor. It was long before you lived here. And I didn't use a spacer one. I did that all by eye.
How much beer did you drink for that?
Oh, God, there were more beer cans than there were tile. I kept having to sweep up the beer cans to put more tile down. That's a new adhesive, by the way. Yeah.
What, beer?
Yeah. My buddies, they had a quarter horse farm, and their father was a lawyer, and his mother was the only heir to the Endicott Johnson Shoe Company, which was a huge company. They make dingo boots. They make dingo boots. They're still around.
Yeah.
And so the family was really wealthy. So they bought the kids a farm. And his dad always said, "Yeah, this farm was built on Budweiser." They must have drank 1,000 cases of beer in a year. Those two boys could drink, and they're dealing with $300,000-$400,000 horses, and they had
Yeah.
a dozen of them.
You got to be rich to mess with the, thoroughbreds and Arabians, man. You gotta
have some money.
You gotta have money for them. Unless you're just buying junk horses, which junk horses are great.
They're the best, like, friendly riding horse.
If you get an old mare, and an old mare that's been running, that's only a 5-year-old horse sometimes.
True.
They're not gonna, if she's not a good runner, and they're just gonna use her for breeding because she's got good background.
Or put her on a farm and let some kids ride her.
You get her and let that's a good family horse.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been trained by them little bitty jockeys, so they know not to be too rough, and they know, and if your kid gets too rough with the horse, it knows how to get rid of your kid.
Yeah,
I mean
that's population control. Buy your kid an Arabian.
I can get on the horse on our horse with no saddle, no reins, no nothing. And I could just tap her ear, and she'd just go wherever I told her to go. Just tap her ear.
This girl lived up the street, had this one horse. So all she had was one, and you could ride. Forget the name of the horse. It was like Tomato or something like that.
You got tomatoes.
Oh, it was BLT.
Oh, okay.
Like bacon, lettuce, tomato. It was that colors. And so she called it BLT. And that was the nicest horse to ride. I mean, you could be a total moron, not even know how to get on a horse. And that horse would just stay in there and then just ride you around. If you wanted to jog him, he would jog nice. And then we had these Shetland ponies that had been on the farm forever.
We use those as teasers.
I'll
tell you that later.
One was named Band-Aid and the other was Dickie. Band-Aid, you couldn't get him to go to save your life. But he would stop if he saw a freaking fence. If he saw a wire fence, he would stop on a dime and throw you right over the top of him. And Dickie, all he wanted to do was run. You couldn't control that son of a bitch to save your life. That thing would take you for a ride.
Well, we had Capital Idea, right? Capital Idea was a thoroughbred. He did pretty good. He didn't come near the Triple Crown, but he placed the Preakness, I think. He was a good horse. Then he was $3,500 a breed, no matter what. That's
wow.
All right, and he was $2,500 if you had the studman jerk him off, and then they would sell the semen. And Jimmy was a good dude. I mean, he put up with a lot of shit, but
the horses loved him.
I don't know, man. But we also had Proud Birdie, and Proud Birdie but the Capital Idea was mean. Capital Idea would hurt you. I mean, he didn't care. But Proud Birdie was the nicest, sweetest, just most gentle stud I've ever seen. And now this is gonna freak you out, but the whole barn floor was rubberized. All right, don't ask questions. There wasn't a nail in the barn. They flew some people down from Vermont to build a barn, all wood peg.
Oh wow!
Rubber floors, everything, the beams, everything. No nails and nothing.
That cost you, bucks.
Oh yeah, the stalls, right? All had ceiling fan. It was climate controlled. This was a stud barn, all right?
Of course.
Proud Birdie got $5,000 every time he hit it, and so we had a Shetland pony that was the teaser, and we felt so bad for him. We called him Petey, and every year we let him go get laid because his whole job was to go and see if that mare was in heat. Because if she wasn't, she's gonna kick the shit out of our horses, and those horses are
you don't
expensive.
want the expensive one getting kicked shit out of. Poor little guy.
I know Petey had, so we'd always like Petey to go up there and smell it, and he'd be like,
and then he go flying across the fence.
If she didn't kick at him, then it was time to go get the stud and let the stud have it. But we would never. We always bred them inside that barn because it was rubberized floor, and you didn't want them to get hurt on their hoofs.
Right. And
it was the weirdest thing. I'm telling you, that barn. I have never lived in a house as nice as that barn. Jimmy lived with those horses. He had an apartment in there, washing machine, refrigerators. It was a little apartment in there.
Huh.
And that apartment was nicer than any house I've ever lived in my life. I mean,
like a little garage apartment.
It was just a beautiful, this whole thing they flew people in from Vermont.
I've seen some nice horse barns in my life.
Yeah, this was, I can't remember his name. I used to remember the guy's name that built it. I can't remember it now, but there was not a nail in that. And then about I don't know, 8 months in.
That's old school skills.
It was about 8 months in. One of the maintenance guys, they worked for it. That was their job, is the everyday maintenance. And he ran the John Deere tractor into the door. Dad gets up there, walks up there one morning, and there's like 25 nails. Oh, trying to nail the door back together. Dad almost had a fucking stroke.
Needless to say, that guy didn't work there much longer.
But he's still there probably. He shot his fingers off with he was playing with guns, and he built his own gun, and he shot it, and it blew all of his fingers off. He got all of his toes on one foot of his fingers. He looks funny as shit. No, seriously, they're his toes.
So you call him a tow truck?
I don't know. He's a good dude. He just, porch farm people, man.
They're a breed of their own.
Yeah, man, they're different. But Dad never punished him or nothing. Never said nothing. Dad just said Dad was like,
take the fucking nails out of it.
Yeah, so we gotta get some glue or something. We got to call them Amish people back there. Whoever did it in Vermont.
Get some duct tape, something, but there ain't gonna be no nails.
They did that in Vermont. It was all prestige, because when someone's coming to pay you $5,000 for your horse,
you gotta have
showroom. And hey, look, if that horse doesn't take, then you come back next time and pay another $5,000.
Right.
That's it.
It's per jump.
If Capital Idea does it, and if for some reason your horse isn't ready or it doesn't take, well, that's okay. You still got to pay that $3,500. If Proud Birdie did it, you still have to pay that $5,000. And that's how it went. And so, the old man would be like this, counting money, going, "You got another mare you want done?
Bring on the next."
Because Mama needs a new Mercedes. We can do this again. It was. That's because you could buy them, and he didn't pay that much for. He paid a lot for Proud Birdie, but Capital Idea he didn't pay that much for. But I mean, when I say that much, he probably paid $200,000 for Capital Idea. And
horses have the coolest names.
Yeah, you got it. Well, they're named after their daddy and their mama and their grandpa usually.
It's like a bloodline thing.
Yeah, but with Capital Idea, it don't take a whole lot of $3,500 seasons, and he's getting bread 3 times a day to make that money back.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just don't take that much time. Plus, what Jimmy's putting in the milk can out there to sell on. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, if Trump had a horse, would it just be called Hooker?
I wonder, and I'm pretty sure
Happy Hooker.
He
probably owns some stock.
I'm pretty sure he owns thoroughbreds. My brother, my aunt Julia, she named a thoroughbred that was a runner after my brother-in-law and called it Hanging Hal. I wonder what she knew about Hal.
Now we know about Hal.
I wonder what she knew about Hal that we didn't know about.
Nothing now. Everybody knows. One hung low.
Named that motherfucker Hanging Out. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you're not telling. I said, you're lying to me, Hal. He goes, go ask him. Go ask Julie yourself. And I'm like, oh my God.
Give me $20. I'll show you.
He would have too. He's a freak, man. He's Army. You don't fucking trust Army guys.
Now we've offended the Army. We're working our way through it.
I don't care who is, man. I love all of our veterans because I am one, but I don't want anyone to ever look at me special or in a different way because I'm a veteran, because I volunteered for that shit. You look at those Vietnam veterans for that special shit because they're the ones that didn't ask to go.
Right, they got thrown in.
Yeah, that's a different. I went because I wanted the excitement. They told me that I was going to get to travel the world, and I did. I didn't see much
on a ship.
I didn't see much of where. It was always night.
It was always floating.
No, not then. No, God, that Navy thing only lasted 4 years, man. But the only time they really ever put me on the ship was if they wanted us to go somewhere, or when we were doing drug busts, we'd work with the Coast Guard.
Oh yeah,
that was different.
That'd be fun.
It was, but I learned a lot about our government.
Run around with live ammo.
A lot of times, every time. Yeah, we always live ammo. But on base you can't carry a gun.
Well, it's because you'll go postal.
They trust you any other time with a firearm, but if you're on base, you can't.
Oh, but they figure
maybe now. I don't know.
if you're out in the field, everybody's got a gun. You do something stupid, you got 20 more pointing back at you.
Friendly fire. You've heard of what you know what it is, right?
Oh yeah.
It's when that guy in front of you accidentally gets shot by his own side.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost never a mistake.
Like if you trip and the gun goes
That's
off.
almost never a mistake.
Kind of like the hunting story with the vice president. That
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So I'm right. It's almost never a mistake.
Oh, I
you know,
thought he was a rabbit.
Listen. When you're out in combat or in any combat situation,
You know where everybody is.
you gotta take out the weakest link sometimes.
Well, yeah.
And not that I would ever do such a thing,
So you're not gonna slow my ass down.
but
Get me killed.
right. But that happens a lot, and it's almost never a subordinate. It's always someone that's higher up that accidentally does it because they won't get in as much trouble.
Right.
But
Less paperwork.
yeah, I don't ever try. Whenever I get a report that says friendly fire, I'm thinking somebody didn't like him.
What do you do?
Yeah, somebody didn't like him, or the higher ups didn't like him, or
Yeah,
he
he
knew something he shouldn't have known.
He wrote somebody up that was higher up than him and made sure he wasn't going to do it twice.
The military is just as shitty as the rest of the government,
Self-governed.
pretty much. And they say we have these tribunals. No, you don't. No, you don't.
You got a hanging crew.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll talk about Eddie Gallagher some other time.
Might as well call them the firing squad.
Yeah, it is.
That's their court.
Well, we want to thank y'all for listening. It's
Yeah.
cold out here, and I'm ready to go inside and get uncold. So thank you for listening. Hang out with us, and
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
we'll talk to you tomorrow. Probably not every day this week.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you because we like you,
Yeah, Thursday.
and we mean it.
Thursday we're just cooking bird. That cooked by itself.
Oh yeah, we might not be here Thursday. Well, no, we might. We don't got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Peace out.
Peace out. Hold on. Don't slow down with the peace outs. I gotta find
Okay.
smart ass. Peace out.
Peace out.
Hold on.
Enjoy
No,
your
don't
day.
peace out yet. Don't peace out yet. Jesus.
Okay, enjoy your day. Have a wonderful day. Hope tomorrow's better than today.
And enjoy the.
If you want to change something in the world to make it better, look in the mirror, make a change.
See, you're gonna get in trouble for that. That what's his name? That Michael Jackson's gonna come back from the dead and get you.
If he does, I'll shake his hand.
Yeah.
I don't think he did all the shit they say he did.
I don't think so either.
I think he was just a grown-up child.
I think that he was abused by his father and
Yeah, mentally,
physically.
For sure. I don't know about physically, but definitely mentally.
Well, that's too philosophical for us. So we'll talk to that.
Drinking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again, pop that top. Again, sun pounding on your head. Bear, take care of that. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again, pop that top. Again, beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Beer's bitching, abounding none. Incentive when that morning come. Beer for breakfast. Amen.
What y'all still watching for? I thought we was ending this show. What's going on here?
Waiting for a rerun.
What's going on here with all this? We're supposed to be going inside. Well, since you're here, I wanted to play this anyway.
Oh, there you go. Good
Write
thing we don't
something.
sing it.
What rhymes with sun, as in.
Okay, I want to preface this with this lady goes on TikTok every day and does this. I think she's just really proud of her voice. And these guys decided to go to use AI to use all of the comments in her views to make the songs. So all of the comments, as you see, are the songs that she's making, and this is hilarious.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
I don't have children, but in my basement I have someone's son. Think you'll ever be leaving this basement, hun? The children can hide, but they cannot run. A plane hit the tower with the second one to come. We hit one tower and another one. Rip the towers first, so now there's none. Being a slave wasn't fun. All my slaves escaped, but they can't be outrun. He touched my youngest son. My uncle touched me as a kid, and he called it fun. Until I told him to stop, then he pulled a gun. My balls exploded after I placed them in a glove. My uncle touched me as a kid, and he called it fun. Until I told him to stop, then he pulled a gun. My balls exploded after I placed them in a glove. My uncle touched me as a kid, and he called it fun. Until I told him to stop, then he pulled a gun. My balls exploded after I placed them in a glove. My balls exploded after I placed them in a glove. My uncle touched me as a kid, and he called it fun.
Drinking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again, pop that top. Again, sun pounding on your head. Beer, take care of that. Beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again, pop that top. Again, beer for breakfast, that's what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Beer's bitching, abounding up. Incentive when that morning comes. Beer for breakfast. Amen.